of what's happening. We got myself, Nick Haas, and my co-host is.
Marcos Hammer.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Welcome to the show where we're trying to make sense of all the things that are happening with our limited knowledge to understand them. Marcos, it's been a super. I feel like it's been a really busy week. There's been a lot, right?
Oh, absolutely. Everything's going on right now. We're still in the pandemic. People still not wearing their masks. People still trying to adapt to this new way of, walking in a store. Even employees are confused at which way to walk down the aisles. Aisles are confusing because if you miss one aisle, you have to walk around the entire store, apparently, in order to get back to that first aisle. So, are you really going to do it?
No. You're just gonna be like, well, I'm right here. I'm just gonna step over here, and then you're gone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I don't. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. I have noticed this. I have noticed it's hard for some people to keep it on over their nose if they have a very small nose. I do not have that problem. I have a whole shelf to put it on. Mine never comes off. But I have seen that as for people with smaller faces. It's usually small people. Um, I'm a large person, so again, don't have it, and it fits me perfectly. Again, I'm blessed. Um,
There's no
yeah,
excuse, all right?
some
Bank
hand sanitizer.
robbers have been
Wash your
doing it.
hands, guys. I got some hand sanitizer here. Wash your hands. Here you go. There you go. It's I don't know. I felt almost overwhelmed, but not quite overwhelmed. But I did have a lot of anxiety this week. There's lots of anxiety, lots of things to be anxious about. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy my week too much, honestly. But I've enjoyed
Worst
looking
thing
forward
about
because here's the thing I can tell you because we posted a lot in our show notes. So this is a huge show. We've got a big show. There's big news, but let's get to personal news before I get into the real the real. You're real too, and so am I. Darn it. Well, we're gonna talk about the global world news, but personal news first. Marcos, any personal news other than me feeling bad?
Oh man, I'm just super blessed right now. I am, just moved into a brand new apartment and, very, very blessed. I remember frequenting a lot of potential units and nothing really compared to the amenities that this one provides. And, today, straight in the morning, I wake up at I woke up 8 a.m. because I woke up kind of late today. Took my dog out, and our maintenance crew is hard at work. They've already scrubbed the floors, they've already scrubbed the elevators, all the buttons are wiped down,
Ooh.
all the gates are, wiped down, all the doors are wiped down. I'm really impressed, and I feel safe, honestly. Where I'm at, everybody takes it pretty seriously. I really I've seen a couple of people even moving out of here, and they're still wearing their masks as they're hauling heavy, furniture and equipment downstairs. And that was my case too when I was moving. I had to do it with the mask. So
Oh
no
man,
excuses, you guys. No excuses.
for sure. Man, we moved like right at the beginning of it all, and we were washing our hands all the time, touching all the buttons at the storage place, but we weren't wearing masks too much back then. It wasn't mandated like it is now. You know what I'm saying? Um, well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear that you're doing well. The big news: vice presidential pick Kamala Harris, buddy. Kamala, excuse me. There's a correct way. I remember it. It's it's like the pronunciation. Kamala. It's
Kamala.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris
Your VP.
is the vice presidential pick by Joe Biden. Uh, and this comes to us from USA Today. Kamala, you get used to it. Say it right, Kamala. I take pride
Kamala.
in saying people's names correctly. I always strive to. I've done it since I've done it for the majority of my life, like taking initiative to ask, and especially people who are shy about the name or who would say, "Oh, it's whatever," or you can just call me. I'm like, no, I'm really interested and genuinely interested in pronouncing, especially when I see it in the future, not just for you, but for my sake and their sake. I want to learn how to say your name, and names like this. So,
Yeah, it's like the
Kamala.
English language. If you're not saying, charcuterie correctly, then
What?
what's the point of learning the word exactly?
You mean chartreuse?
Charcuterie. The stuff you put on like the bread and crackers and cheeses.
Wow, that's fancier than me. I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it.
Charcuterie. We have a charcuterie section in our
Wow,
store.
you're fancy. I don't know. Never heard
LA
of
Life.
that.
Apparently. I'm probably
Dude.
saying it wrong. I'm probably saying it wrong
No,
too.
I believe you.
But that's where it is. You can either learn words or you cannot learn them, and it only behooves you to learn somebody's name correctly. This way, if you meet somebody later on in your life and they happen to have the same name, you're a pro. Boom.
Boom. Yeah. And I want to be like, oh, yeah, Kamala. Now, this is different from the superhero Miss Marvel, whose name is Kama, uh, not not Kamala, but Kamala. That's Kamala.
Ah,
Uh, uh, uh,
Kamala
Kamala
Harris.
Khan, Khan. I believe that's her last name. Kamala Khan. Yeah, or Kamala. Yeah. Anyways, it's Kamala Harris. Anyways, how do you feel about this? We're already voting for Biden, probably. I would hope. I am. I don't know about you. I don't want to assume anything. But yeah, we're all begrudgingly doing that, but it's true. Uh, but yeah, what do you think? What do you think? You're a huge fan. 0 to 10. 0 being really this might make you not vote, or 10 being this is the greatest choice. It's perfect.
It's a 10. Of course, it's a 10. Come
Nice.
on.
Okay.
I mean, we're asking for representation, and
Mhm.
here goes a great start to it. I mean, obviously, we'd love to have like a woman candidate as a presidential or a potential presidential electee.
Yep.
But this is a great step in the right direction, and
Yep.
it's actually kind of helped by the movement of BLM. We got to get behind that as well, us
Yep.
as a movement and the people that stand behind it. And this is clearly like a step in that direction. So if we want to see diversity within our great nation and make us better than what we were previous for these past 4 years, and even better than the 4 years and the 10 years before that, we got to think about just being better in general. It's up to us. What kind of society we want to continue to live in, where we hear about people getting murdered for a brake light out, people getting murdered because somebody doesn't feel safe, people being murdered just because they won't comply, and yet the same people that are saying like, oh, people should comply are the same people that don't comply with wearing a simple mask. So
That's true.
you tell me where that's the gray line. So we either need to have everything one way so we can kick it all out the butt and promote diversity, because honestly it'll behoove our nation to do this. We want a safer nation, we want a better nation for everybody.
I like how you're thinking of it in such a like a broad terms, like big big picture. Little picture.
Oh,
I as the political junkie guy, I'm thinking this isn't this doesn't bite into the people who are on the fence. This doesn't help us as much as another less controversial pick would, who's also a woman, who's also a minority. But I'll take it. Obviously, I mean, here's the thing. I'm thinking I'm the worst case. Worst case scenario. I don't want to give people ideas. I hope. Well, it's not even a new idea because they're gonna do it. But I'm just saying, if I'm a Republican, I'm going like, wow, it's gonna be really easy to think up videos because she said all these bad things about Joe Biden already. So I could just cut these. It's gonna make my job easier. That's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking. I hope it doesn't work out that way because I hope they gotta get ahead of it. I think they have to get ahead of it. But
hey,
again,
look,
it's how many times
there
they
was.
hear it, and they're all gonna. Those people, I don't know.
Just remember, there was millions of people that heard Donald Trump say "grab him by the pee," and they still voted for him. So, according to that logic, what people have said in the past, we should be able to forgive them for, or pretend it didn't happen, whichever one you want to go with, and move forward. We can put us. That's the difference between us and, or should I say, that's the difference between a lot of government officials. We're not able to forgive, to forget what happened in the past and move forward and like, hey, we want to make a better country, and
Right? No,
I think that you're the best person that's going to help me move in that direction. Let's set aside our differences.
yes.
Bygones be bygones. Water under the bridge. It's a new start. And a lot of people forget that, especially Christians forget that's, forgiveness. It's in there. So go back to that if you need to. But, we need to move forward. And this is the best way to move forward. No other way could it have so many people been okay with this nomination, because now we have representation, which didn't happen before, even when Bernie Sanders, was potentially moving on. And, we had others, as well as Hillary when she ran. She could have easily chosen somebody of color or potentially another woman running mate. But, we still had another man. So, we could have ended up with two, American men running for president again. But, we switched it up. This is, one of many times.
So you're very much on the side of like, yo, we gotta take these victories as we can get them. Just take what the defense gives you, man. Is that what
absolutely,
you're saying?
absolutely. You got to look at it for what it is. Absolutely, do your job. Just do your job. If your job is to vote Democrat, guess what? Do your job.
I mean, I'm too wary of like that type of blind allegiance. But in times like these, I think it's purely.
That's what it is already.
But I don't know. You can get into the argument. This is like Joe Rogan now. You can get into the argument that it's where they want us to feel that there's only one way out or whatever have you.
I absolutely agree.
How about this? Okay, Kanye. Okay, we haven't been talking about it because I don't want to validate it. Kanye West is getting out of hand. He won't stop. I thought it was over. It still keeps getting popped up in the news.
It is
his
over.
Relationship with the president, his run for president, which is weird because if it's like if you have a relationship with the president, why would you run against him? This just doesn't make. It's noise and it's unnecessary noise. And and I don't want to bring light to it, but really quickly. He's friends with Jared Kushner.
I just want to
like,
say
what?
one thing. Okay, if his past work history is any indication to what's going to happen during his presidency, just remember we had tickets to go see his show.
Por cada emprendedor
He
como tú
canceled
haciendo
his
que su
tour.
negocio funcione
So
online,
who
hay
says
gente
he
buscando.
won't quit being president to go drop an album, or I mean, he's potentially going to lose out on millions of dollars.
He's going to.
run our
This
nation.
is going to be an album. This is an album waiting to
Exactly.
happen.
Exactly. So don't get behind the hype. We've seen it before. He's gonna
You once
cancel
said,
us.
"Watch the throne, but watch me be the president."
No.
You would
No.
think I was heaven sent,
No. Just go back to old Kanye.
and to your
We want the
Lord that you
old
can't
Kanye.
repent, 'cause
We
you
want that
can't
old
even pay the
Kanye.
rent.
Just continue
You
to
wish some
be an
money I would give
advocate.
you in during Lent.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm
no,
out.
I
I'm
won't give you
sorry.
a cent. Yeah, I know, absolutely. I believe it. It's gonna come out with an album, and it's gonna be like, oh wait, it was like Walking Phoenix, where it was just it was just a play. It was just playing a character the whole time, and we're like, wait, you took votes away from
Look,
this
we have
nonsense.
photos of him being admitted.
Anyways, we're gonna stop.
Okay,
Yeah.
admitted. We have photos of that. We do not need this. Stop spreading it. News outlets. I understand it's Corona. There's no freaking news. My Alexis, my partner got her Vogue. It was this thin. This
Vogue
thin.
magazine. Those are
Yes,
usually
there
pretty
is no
thick.
news. Yeah, it was this thin. There is no
Nice.
news right now.
There's
There is no
nothing.
fashion. It's very hard to get stuff out right now. I mean, look at the and uh, everything that's going on. I didn't want to skip ahead.
No, no, no. I mean, yeah, I don't know where you see where we are now, but I got the next. And this is I don't
I
quite
got
understand it. All I know is okay. I'm like the Chris Rock stand-up special where he said, can't like I just said earlier, you can't just be all conservative or all liberal. But like, I feel like I don't know if it's a conservative or liberal belief, but there's a story about Apple and Google, Fortnite and Epic Games. So I don't know. Are they the ones that were sexual harassing the women in the workplace? I don't remember. But
holy moly!
Epic Games gets Fortnite removed from the App Store. Google as well. I didn't see that earlier. Because they're because of unfair and anti-competitive actions. Essentially, they were trying to make you could get Fortnite through their website cheaper, and that way they didn't have to pay the like listing fees and whatnot that the Apple and Google Play stores play. So I'm like, good for them. They're being proactive about it and trying to offer it cheaper and whatnot. Do you even understand all this? Is this a good or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Absolutely. Hold the candle, hold the flashlight to those big corporations
Yeah.
because they're gonna try and get away with everything.
You
Okay.
tell me
Remember
Apple and
Apple?
Google. Yeah, exactly. You're telling me Apple and Google have the best idea in mind? No, support the little small. I'm assuming a smaller company.
Exactly. I mean, remember these are the same people that pay wages that are so low that the people that make iPhones can't afford iPhones.
That ain't right.
Like I work at this place, but I can't actually afford the stuff that we make.
Well, I mean, like,
Excuse me? Where does that fall in? Same thing with
what if
like,
your job was to make mansions? Like,
okay, well, you should be able to afford a mansion
nah. I
eventually if you're
mean,
working to
yeah,
build
maybe.
mansions.
True.
No? If I'm a
Well, then they could
scientist
afford
and
an
I'm
iPhone if they work and save up.
well, hey, I just read a article where it said like the full time working person in Los Angeles, and not even in Los Angeles, in the United States, if you work full time, 90% of people cannot afford to live. They can't afford to pay rent. I don't want to get into my
Is it
finances, but I
94?
definitely
You said 94?
90 90%. I'm pretty
Like,
sure it's higher in Los Angeles.
like
I can
right
tell
now?
you. Oh, absolutely.
Jeez,
Absolutely.
that's bad.
Oh, yes. Rent in LA, San Francisco, all these big cities, it's getting ridiculous out here. Trust me.
Uh, speaking of people getting to work, getting back to work. Hollywood's getting back to work. Hollywood restarts the blockbuster machine. This comes to us from New York Times. Look at them. This is the Jurassic World Dominion set as they're filming it socially distanced-wise. And he's a boom operator with a mask on, getting super far away. And you can see he's the special effects artists, wearing a mask. They got this whole, check in, check out, we'll get a thermostat. I mean, that's what we're doing at work, but, this is nice and fancy.
All I know is a lot of people are going to be out of jobs. Think about how many people are on sets.
I know. But this is them going back to work. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely. It's phenomenal. We can't wait till, Hollywood's back to its prosperous self. But right now, we're all being affected. I mean, Congress is out. We're most likely not going to get a stimulus check for this August that they were talking about. And, who can even afford to go to the movies, even if they were to release a blockbuster Hollywood movie?
Speaking of which, that's another, we can bring that up if you want to go down there. The AMC theaters are opening up.
Oh, yes.
They are offering some ticket prices that are 15-cent tickets because it's the 100th anniversary of their originally opening of theaters. So it's some 15-cent tickets for some special showtimes here via CNN. This is world's largest movie theater chain will reopen with more than 100 U.S. theaters on August 20th. The company said on Thursday in order to commemorate its centennial. AMC is offering movies in 2020 at 1920 prices on opening day. That's 15 cents. It expects more than 600 U.S. theater locations by the time Christopher Nolan's thriller Tenet comes to theaters on September 3rd. So, Marcos, it says on opening day, they're going to play films like Inception, Black Panther, Back to the Future, Empire Strikes Back. Oh, and that's for $5. It's cheaper, but whatever. I don't know what the 15-cent tickets are for. I think it might be for the new movies that are coming out, which are like, I don't know. I'm not sure. But Marcos,
it's only for
of
19,
all the movies
movies.
of all the movies that like got suspended filming, so this like Jurassic World Dominion, Batman, what else got delayed? They were filming and then they had to stop. Was it James Bond? The James Bond movie?
James Bond just got delayed in general. They were supposed to release that back in March, I believe, right before the pandemic dropped.
You're right.
They canceled it.
So are you looking forward to anything? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Sadly, it should be the Batman, but honestly, we'll see if I even end up watching it. I probably will because my partner is a huge Twilight fan.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm most excited for Jurassic World. I just want to have it concluded already. See what's up with it.
I didn't see the last Jurassic Park one.
You didn't see the last one?
I didn't see the last one. The one that just came out earlier. I didn't see that one.
The second one is, I would say it's better than the first Jurassic World. It's scarier. Much scarier.
Right. How about Avatar, baby? Avatar 2. Here are pics from the set. James Cameron. He's got the bio lab. Look at this, built in a big old sound stage. Ooh, look at this. Are you excited for Avatar 2?
Absolutely. I want to watch that in 4D. I know people hate 3D. I know it hurts your eyes. I don't care. I don't care if somebody's punching me whenever somebody gets punched. I want to feel it.
You know what I would love? The best thing for me that I would definitely pay more for is like water effects. Like, yeah, like when they're out in fog and it's like you feel a little mist on your face, you know? That would be
Some
tight.
water world.
Yeah, dude, some water world stuff, dude. I love that. That would be all me. I would go all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude, that would be amazing. I'd refresh you. You wear your shorts. It'd be great. It'd be great. Uh, uh, this is also coming from entertainment news. Um, oh, it's gone now. We'll skip that. This is kind of entertainment because it was a commercial, famous commercial. I don't know. You saw it. If it was like happening, Mr. Peanut died. Mr. Peanut died. Did you catch that Mr. Peanut died?
Wow. I
Did you
heard
catch
about
Mr. Peanut
this.
dying?
No, I cannot believe he died. Oh, I'm officially 21, my friends.
This commercial came out. Mr. Peanut appears to save actors Wesley Snipes and Matt Walsh, and the vehicle veers off a cliff. I don't know. You can't see what I'm showing you. I'm gonna try and send you.
See, you're on Mr. Peanut right now.
Let go. No, you let go.
But it was.
Hey, Mr. Peanut, no, you don't.
I feel
Don't
like
do
it was
it.
that a Nova. Was the Super Bowl commercial?
No.
It may have been a Super Bowl commercial. I don't remember.
Maybe he'll be all right.
But all of a sudden, Mr. Peanut dies. Now this tweet comes out. It says, "I'm Peanut Jr. I'm officially 21. I was a baby. It's been a nutty year. Now someone get this Peanut a beer," and it's like he's like the new mascot for the
That's
Peanuts.
ageist. They had to kill off the old guy.
Well, because he had a top hat and a monocle, so maybe people thought he was a racist. I don't know. I just made that up. I have no idea. But like, what?
Monocles are out.
So
Only
you
racists
didn't
wear
even.
monocles. Monopoly is done, y'all.
Oh, he's gotta
Boycott
go.
Monopoly.
Well, now it's Miss Monopoly now, and it's like his daughter.
Wow.
Yeah, get the hell out of here, Mr.
Is
Monopoly.
it reaching 100? Is it reaching 100 years? Is that why
I don't
it's
know.
reached its copyright limit?
There is a Miss Monopoly, and I do have it. And women
Wow.
get more money to start with and stuff.
Really? I want to play that. That sounds cool. Is it just like the original, or does it smell better?
It smells way better. It's like cleaner, and like
Yeah, I figured it'd be a nicer board.
well
maintained.
it's like super soft. It's like hella soft. Yeah. So hey, you didn't even know Mr. Peanut died. First of all. Second of all, you didn't see this tweet about how Mr. Peanut's back. Mr. Peanut is back, but it's his son,
21
Mr.
years
Peanut
old.
Junior. All of a sudden, he's 21.
That means,
ID.
are they gonna come out with a
Yes,
peanut
sir.
liqueur?
What'd you say?
Are they coming out with a peanut liqueur?
Dude, that would be tight. I would
Because
drink
he's
it.
finally 21.
Have you ever had
Like-
what's a hazelnut? What's the hazelnut one? Di Serono? Isn't that a hazelnut?
Ooh, if it
Hazelnut,
is, then give me the
hazelnut.
peanut one because I love Di Serono.
You love
Ooh.
Di Serono, huh? There's an almond
Di
one too.
Serono
Isn't
and
there?
Sprite? Di
Ooh.
Serono and Sprite.
I don't think I've ever
Absolutely.
had that. No, I've had that.
My twin introduced me to that.
Oh,
Not
he's
my
the,
actual twin, my other twin.
He's the one who's a Di Serono Sprite fan. I haven't had that.
It's delicious. It's like Hennessy and Sprite, only not as great.
That sounds sweeter, even. Okay,
I
still
love
on the
Hennessy and
entertainment
Sprite.
news. I don't know. Did you watch it? This was Tron, baby. Tron is gonna be back.
Yes.
Tron 3, starring Jared Leto. They want Jared Leto. They want Jared Leto to star in Disney's.
More
Tron
like
3.
Forgetto.
Ouch. Are you? Did you? I didn't watch the second one, and I don't think I watched the first one.
I watched the first one 3 times,
Wow.
and I never made it all the way through.
Ouch.
I will say I will not watch this one. Don't really care for Jared Leto.
Oh, why?
You know, honestly, because of the way Will Smith came out and talked about him. I'm like, when have you ever heard Will Smith come out and talk about anybody? I mean,
Was this in regards to Suicide Squad, where he was being a weirdo?
yes, absolutely, it is.
Well, hey, sometimes people aren't down for that, and
Exactly. So right away, he just irks me as like a wrong person. So no, I won't be watching it. Especially if I'm gonna have to pay $30 for it on Disney Plus to watch it. No, I want to watch that in like IMAX 3D. That's the only way I'll go watch it. Then yes, I will watch it.
But
If I have to watch it from my living room, no.
What about this though? Yeah, I'm not really interested at all. But what about this? What about Adiar Jonah is set to star opposite Diego Luna? Remember the Hispanic guy who kept his Hispanic accent or Latino accent in the Star Wars? Remember he was in Rogue One?
Yes.
He helped Cassian Andor's his character name. They're gonna have a series based off Cassian Andor on Disney Plus. They got some more casting news, baby. It's happening. They really want to do it. It's happening. They have a cast. They're just hiring people. It's happening, dude. How stoked are you for this?
I am so freaking stoked. Anybody knows Rogue One is hands down the best of all the Star Wars. And yeah, you can do all
the best of the newer ones. Yes, it's one of the best ones.
Sure. But overall, I mean, it just like, and it gave you this much of Darth Vader, and it made you want the movie to be 8 hours long, right? I'm just saying it was overall the best for me. I loved all the other Star Wars movies as well. I stand by Star Wars Episode 1 as my number one all time. But because Rogue is kind of rogue on its own, I put it sub 1B, 1A if you want. But absolutely, everybody should be stoked for this. More Star Wars. Like I said before, just keep shitting out Star Wars. I will regurgitate it. I will.
I love it. Even though we know what happens to him at the end, he's been around for a while. So I want to see that. I want to see more of him. I'm down. I'm down for this. It's one of the best for me. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I don't think the creators or the directors are part of it. I think it's just his character. So just taking off his character, it's probably gonna be what we wish Han Solo movie was. Ouch. The next door we have, I don't know. You've got to explain this. I don't get the twins thing.
All right, so get these twins. All right, it is two twins that have married two twins. So essentially, a brother got with another twin sister, and they basically both got with each other. So they're both twins, but they've just both announced that they're pregnant. So they're going to have children. And essentially, these two children are going to look the same.
We'll see. Won't that be a wonderful science experiment? We'll see how similar they are.
I think it's kind of fascinating. The internet's kind of blowing up about it. They think it's weird. They think it's like, a lot of these, it's like, wow, like, doesn't that make you her brother-in-law? So technically they're cousins and also...
No, they're not cousins.
Siblings? Or what is it?
You said you married your brother-in-law.
I married my brother-in-law. And we had a kid.
Who looks like my brother-in-law.
Yes, exactly.
Who is my sister's husband.
And
who
the
looks
crazy
exactly
thing is,
like me.
We'll never know if they cheated.
They'll cheat all the time. It's great. They'll probably have Lots of fun. Good for them. You know what? Good for them. They made it work. I would love to see
They
how
got-
different the children look. That'd be interesting. It'd be easier if they were a mixed couple because they're all white. So it'd be like, I don't know, he's white. But we'll see. Maybe there's more to it. That's cute, I guess. I'm kind of creeped out by it too, though.
Yeah, it's a little creepy, but honestly, I want to see what these kids look like. I want to
Yes.
see if they come out exactly the same.
This is coming up. This is on Disney. Speaking of Disney Plus, we know John Okota. Did you ever meet John Okota? You know John Okota.
I love John Okota.
We love
He's
John
the
O.
best.
John O. I went to school with John O. Actor. He's gonna be on Magic Camp on Disney
Absolutely.
Plus. Go watch
That
Magic Camp.
guy's he's been scrapping, baby. He's been scrapping. I remember I was scrapping too at one point, and I got this job all the way in Northridge. And I don't know how I was doing it, but I was going to this job every day. And one day I had to jump into a grocery store because I was thirsty. I was like, I need some orange juice. I went into the store and there was Jono. He was stocking merchandise. And I was like, what are the odds like that you're here right now? I'm
my
here
God.
right now.
That's so
And I
funny.
remember he was like, man, I'm just doing this job until like, I get hired. I'm getting by how I can. And it's amazing to see like all this hard work and dedication. Hats off to John Okota.
Yeah, dude,
one of
he's booked a
Fresno
couple
State's-
things now. He was in the
Oh, yes,
Gallows 2.
absolutely.
That was that filmed locally here, and then he was in the show with the girl who plays Agent. She's one of the agents of Shield. She's got that show. Dang, I can't remember right now, but he's been doing it. Yes, he's been scrapping hella
He's
hard.
been putting in
Shout
work.
out to John
Everybody
Okota.
get ready for that. John Okota, next coming up.
Get that
Next
name on
coming
your
up,
radar,
baby.
John Okota, y'all. Okay.
John Okota. Fresno State, baby. Or
This
Fresno
is just
City,
me
whatever you
because
want.
I'm telling you, people have been asking, people want improv. Comedy Sports Las Vegas doing live improv online. This tonight, guys. That's at 7 o'clock. They're doing action-packed improv comedy. I want to watch it. Are you going to watch it with me?
Heck yeah, let's watch it.
I'll buy your
Check
tickets.
out what this is all about. We love improv. Any improv, I'm down.
I'm
to
not gonna lie. I'm gonna steal some
absolutely
stuff.
Watch, support. Absolutely. We need improv. It's the easiest thing to do. All you got to do is, do it like these UFC Fight Islands. Just quarantine 5 dudes and improv them.
Sick, dude. Yeah, let's watch it. Yeah, we're gonna do some. People have been asking me in person and online, yo, when's the next show? I can't wait to see your shows again. We gotta do some
All
stuff,
I
bro.
get is,
We need to
can
do
I
some online.
join? I'm like, who are you? No, Theo Nico, you cannot join my group. Get out of here.
They always want to join.
I'm funny. I'm funny.
You're not. Spoiler alert. You're not. You're not. Here we go. Sports. We're talking sports now. I don't get what this is about. What is this? What is this? Bare knuckle boxing? Explain.
Woo! So essentially, local UFC fighter Paige Van Zant has been putting in her work in UFC. And if you know anything about the UFC, these fighters are not getting paid what they should. Like, boxers are getting paid. There's a reason they only box like so often, because they're getting millions of dollars, these boxers, because
Yeah.
they're represented by their boxing firm. But
Yes.
when it comes to UFC, Dana White owns everything, and he doesn't have to disclose his earnings, his revenues, because he doesn't have shareholders like the NFL. I'm telling you, these fighters, they're getting good paychecks for what they're doing, but honestly, is just a sliver, if not a crumb, of what Dana White takes home every single day. But essentially, Paige Van Zandt has signed with a new, basically, bare knuckle fighting, which is just a new fighting platform that's starting up. They don't do gloves, and they're just going to do bare knuckle fighting.
Good
It's
lord.
savage. Trust me, people want to see this. They have tried bare
Do
knuckles
people want to
before.
see this bare knuckle boxing?
I will ask you if people still watch World Star Hip Hop. Then yes, trust me. And Paige Van Zandt has basically signed with them. I don't know how much they paid her, but she got paid. Trust me. She is excited. She is ecstatic that she's a part of this new affiliation. And I'm stoked for her because this is essentially what needs to happen. These people are getting huge contracts. Steph Curry has just announced that he will have his own shoe with Under Armour, his own brand, just like Michael Jordan has with Nike. Steph Curry will have his own brand with Under Armour. This is the third time this has happened. I believe it's Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, and damn, maybe I'm missing somebody, but there's somebody else. And now
Shaquille
this,
O'Neal.
no, he was also. They gotta own it. They have to own it overall.
Oh wow.
Essentially. So Steph Curry, get ready. He's going to be dropping his own signature line shoe through Under Armour, and
Sick.
we hope everybody supports him.
What about Cam Newton?
Cam Newton, love the gentleman. I hope that he.
But doesn't he
yeah,
have? Isn't that what his is? An Under Armour shoe?
He's signed with Under Armour. He may have shoes with them, but he doesn't have his own line.
I
If
thought
that
he did.
makes sense. You gotta think like Michael Jordan-esque. Like Michael Jordan,
Kevin
that's
Durant?
the logo. That's his.
Kevin Durant has a logo.
He has a logo within Nike.
Kobe.
His shoes, Kobe has his logo as well. So maybe Kobe's the other one I'm thinking of. But he's mainly used like, the swoosh. He does have that
Russell
Mamba
Westbrook?
mentality. Russell Westbrook, no, also through Jordan Brand. So these are players. You are correct. They are signed through the shoe brand. LeBron is also with Nike as well, but he does not.
Kyrie Irving.
I mean, he does in a sense. Yes, he does.
Does Rondo and Kyrie Irving have one?
Huh? Who?
Rondo or Kyrie Irving? Does Kyrie? I thought Kyrie had some.
So everybody does have their own shoe with them. We're talking their own brand. When you think of Jordan, you think of Michael.
But Jordan's
Jordan
under
shoes.
Nike, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But really, he owns Jordan Brand. Now it's its own entity. It was like this before. It was Nike, then
So much
Jordan,
money.
right?
That's so
And then Jordan
complicated.
signed with them, and then they flipped it. Now Michael Jordan, that's why he owns a basketball team now. He has that shoe
Fudge.
money. He got that shoe money.
That shoe money's insane. How about this?
Absolutely.
How about speaking of doing crazy things, the Seahawks rookie. It's a rookie? The Seahawks rookie tried to sneak a woman past the coronavirus lockdown into the Seahawks hotel. They ended up cutting him. Wow, was that worth it? No. He tried to make her look like a football player, said he put her in like what? Wow, you are really dumb. Like, you are really dumb. Why would you?
What
Marcos?
football player walks around in his jersey?
Marcos, what was the dumbest thing you ever did for some company?
I don't know. I plead the fifth.
I feel probably like get a hotel like on the spot. Probably the dumbest thing.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I still plead the fifth.
Yeah. And no more detail than that. I mean, this is just like I heard. Because there's not going to be any college football this fall. All the conferences are saying it's not
Woo!
going to happen, which is a good right call. I think it's the right call. But I heard this college
All
football
those
player
athletes are
complain.
going to lose out on so much money.
I know that sucks, but
It's not fair.
this one college athlete uh, complained that it's unreasonable for young men to stay at home and do nothing. He specifically used like young men like us. Like, what are we supposed to do? Stay home and do nothing? Like that's just unreasonable. Like we're gonna go out and do things, and we're gonna do probably more dangerous things than if we were at practice. So like really, the safest thing for us to do is to go back and play football.
Uh, yes, I see where they're coming from. I absolutely agree. And at a time like this, I think that it's kind of impossible for that to happen because A, you should be staying at home. There's no way for you to go get in trouble. Stay your ass inside.
I know,
If you
like,
take it upon yourself to leave, that's on you. That's
and look,
on you.
clearly
That's
this guy
just
couldn't
like
handle himself. He couldn't, and he had to bring this woman in to the hotel. Like, come on, like, get a hold of yourself. Get a grip.
I
If we just
understand.
locked down for like a year, imagine we're at nuclear war. We were just bombed, but we all have bunkers. We gotta live in a bunker for a year, and then it'll be chill. What, like, do you not have the self control? Like, if we were irradiated above surface level and we all were living in bunkers, would you be like, I can't, I gotta see my girlfriend and go up and get like radiation poisoning and die a horrible death? Like, these people could do not, are they not, they're not gonna make it. On the zombie apocalypse, they're gonna cross no man's land
Oh my
and get eaten
god.
by zombies
Oh my
because they can't keep
god.
it in their pants, and it makes me sick.
That's hilarious. Absolutely. You just came into money. You just came into a lot of money. Like literally you won the lotto. Like essentially you got one of them scratchers that you've been fighting for years. You've been
Yeah,
buying tickets every single day. Every single day you go to practice, you go to school, you have to maybe go to a job, you have to deal with your baby mama, you have to deal with your girlfriend, you have to deal with your siblings that you're taking care of. You did all of this to win the lotto and you can't keep it in your pants.
no,
You
bro, he
can't.
got drafted.
It
This guy got drafted.
He got drafted, absolutely. And the thing
Too
is
many guys
he's
are
not
killed to
even
get
high
drafted.
enough level. He's not even high enough level. Like it's not like somebody where you're like, oh yes, I know that person that got drafted. They were a top whatever pick, or they were a top prospect that was coming out. He was like, I hadn't heard of him, and I feel like I'm pretty big into sports. I would know. I'd be like, oh my god, this star rookie that was gonna have a phenomenal year was, just planted because of his mistake that he made. It sucks. I hope he gets another opportunity, and I hope this is a huge wake up call for him. Everybody gets those big wake up calls in our lives where, we literally tie up our boots and we do what we have to do. I've encountered it before where it was a definite change in my life where I knew from that point on, like I had to change the way I was because I've seen what the consequences would have been. But that's a lot of people out there, just like these people that cannot control themselves enough to quarantine themselves. And it's like it's not just for your safety; it's for everybody else's safety. Because if you can do whatever you want, then I should be able to do whatever I want, including going to visit somebody that's sick with COVID and be allowed to go back and interact with you like face to face. Isn't that something you would want to know if I was like in contact with people or if I was positive with COVID? Wouldn't you want me to let you know, like, hey, you invited me over, but guess what? I have COVID. Is that cool with you?
That's like
Or
too many
is it my
steps for them
right?
to understand. That's like too big of a hypothesis. like, uh, you know, in a scenario, like they can't
Hypothetical.
grasp that many like concepts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sickening. Did you see my new chair? I have a new chair. Did you see my new chair?
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, yo, coming up in that Twitch game. What did Twitch? Oh, did you hear? It's no longer going to be Twitch.
Yeah, whatever.
It
Oh
will
yeah,
be
it's gonna
Prime
be like
Gaming.
Facebook gaming. What?
Prime Gaming.
Oh, there you
Amazon
go.
bought Twitch back in 2016.
This is
You may
true.
not be aware of it,
I did
but
know
they
that.
owned it, and they are
Amazon
basically.
owns Whole Foods,
Yep.
Twitch, Audible,
Yep. Yep.
Comixology,
Everything you got from. Keep going.
Apple Pay. No, not Apple. Amazon payment. They were trying to. Weren't they trying to buy
Yes.
PayPal or something?
I
I don't know. But
don't
they
know
own
which
a bunch
one
of
they
different
have.
things, a bunch of services. It's crazy. Here
But
we
that
go.
will be Amazon Gaming.
Wrapping up a sport. I think this is wrapping up sports because this is the biggest story. It's the NBA freaking playoffs, you guys.
Right
But most
before
of
the
it, but
playoffs.
almost there. We're almost there because, but the other day, Damian Lillard is going off. We talked about this. The man is possessed. We said, who's the scariest guy? Who do we not want to see? I said Portland. I don't want the Lakers to play them. This guy is. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? And what time is it?
Oh, it's damn time, baby.
Woo.
Essentially, I want to go. I know in our last episode we were talking about Dame and this feud he had going on because of those missed free throws. But essentially, it got heated. It got so heated that, in fact, him and Paul George were going back and forth so much, their families were getting involved.
Aye.
So far as the rumors have been heard of threats coming about. Yes.
Are they playing?
So
now
much
they're
so,
playing in a playoff together against
they
each other.
will.
Oh my
They
god!
will eventually face each other
Okay,
in the
whose
playoffs.
side are we on? Because we
potentially.
love Paul George, Fresno State. Go Dogs! But Damian Lillard, I've been a fan for a minute. You've been a fan even longer.
And we'll see if it gets to that because.
When is this game?
So essentially, the playoffs are in stone. It is 8 teams playing another 8 teams. The Portland Trailblazers are the 8th seed. They will be facing Los Angeles Lakers. Hopefully, the Lakers will be able to prevail, which I think they will because it's all about talent and it's all about all-stars. And the Lakers are loaded right now. And the Rockets will be facing the Thunder. Most likely the Rockets will win. And then we have the Denver Nuggets playing the Utah Jazz.
But
that
wait,
will be
according
very
to your bracket
interesting.
here, I thought the Clippers were gonna play Portland and like, aren't they gonna play like a showdown for the last spot or something?
The Clippers? No, the Clippers have already solidified their spot. The Clippers will be facing the Dallas Mavericks.
And Portland has to do what?
Today, Portland had to win, and they did. Today,
They
Portland
already won.
They won today, early this morning.
Oh, man, I
Damian
missed
Lillard. Yeah, it was a
Again?
good one because essentially, if Memphis won, they would have played again. In order for Memphis to become the 8th seed, but Damian Lillard is not letting this happen.
So it's already.
Get
I
ready.
thought it was still up in the air who if we were gonna place him or not, but it's settled. We are facing.
It's settled. We are solidified for these playoffs. I know we are both huge Laker fans, but I wanted to ask you, other than Lakers, who do you have winning the NBA Finals? You have the brackets up there. I don't know if you want to go one by one really quick and just see who you have coming out of which bracket. I honestly, I will tell you, if it's not the Lakers for me, then I will say that the Portland Trail Blazers will win it all. And there you go. It's going to be right there. I hope everybody is able to watch that Laker and Portland matchup because Damian Lillard is one of those special players where you'll see something phenomenal happen and you'll know immediately he's on that GOAT level,
Oh
or
man,
he'll potentially be going home because he doesn't have the supporting cast that others have, which this NBA has shown that is the
gotta have it.
success recipe. You
Yeah.
had to have your one and your 1A and your 1A.
One
That's it.
A B.
You got to have your LeBron, you got to have your Wade, and you got to have your Bosch. You had to have your LeBron, you had to have your freaking Irving, and you had to have your Love. You had to have your LeBron, you had to have your Davis, and you had to have I don't even know who our three is. Kuz.
You had to have Kobe, you had to have Shaq, and you had to have Fisher.
Exactly.
Or Ron
Like
Artest. Or
exactly.
Karl
It goes
Malone.
down that line. There's only
Or
a
Robert
couple.
Ory.
You have to have your Jordan, your
Pippen, and Rodman.
Rodman.
Yep. You're right.
That's how it goes.
And
you have to.
If anyone's gonna win it, obviously if we lose to the Trailblazers, I want the Trailblazers to take it all. Out of the East, I think Toronto's gonna beat Brooklyn. Then it's Boston over Philly. Then it's probably Boston over Toronto, and they're gonna be in the Eastern Final versus probably Pacers over Miami. I'm going Milwaukee over Orlando. Then Milwaukee over the Pacers. So it's Milwaukee versus Boston. I'm probably taking Boston, and then it's going to be Boston versus the Lakers. Again, it'll be disgusting, but we'll win.
I love it. I absolutely adore and love that prediction. I know people hate it. I know people are like, you Laker fans.
Yeah,
you
dude.
Laker
Or it's
fans.
Milwaukee. I would love to see Milwaukee, and we'll still beat them, too. I just don't.
No.
Yeah. Milwaukee is tight. I want them to do well, but I don't know if they
Can we just solidify that nobody in the East will win a championship?
No one
year?
never again. Remember that?
I mean, Toronto
never
got
again?
lucky. Toronto got lucky, but I'm telling you, if it's not the Lakers, I think it'll be the Clippers.
Oh my goodness.
Is that what I said before?
If it's not the Lakers, no. Is that what you said? We'll rewind the tape.
No, I said Lillard. I said Lillard.
You said Damian.
Trust
you said
me,
if it's not the Lakers, then it's Portland. Obviously, it'd be cool for the Clippers too, and then it would really show that Kawhi Leonard is the man.
And that's why I think he will be. You were seeing Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and their three.
Really good, and I hate it.
They look really great. Trust me, but the Lakers will win the championship. Go Lakers. It's been a minute. Thank you so much, LeBron. It's been 10 years, but thank you for bringing a championship to us. Thank you, Anthony Davis. Thank you, the Lakers organization, for trading for Anthony Davis and giving up all those assets. They don't matter. Anthony Davis is better than all three of them on the floor at the same time. Dude, and thank you for getting rid of a ball. Please. Oh thank you. Thank you so much.
So much quieter. I love
it.
Thank
you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there you go. Lonzo Ball. He's the only other one. That's the one I was trying to think of. Lonzo Ball. There you go.
Oh, he has a shoe?
In the profits. Yeah, well, he did.
Oh, my God.
They tried.
Lame.
They sold shoes. But there you go. That's the other person. It's their brand. It didn't sell.
How many?
I believe people tried to sue him.
Moving on to what we're watching right now. Our last final before we say goodbye. What we're watching, what you should watch. Or have you seen? My mom made me watch this. Married at First Sight.
Oh my God! Married at First Sight. No, I have not. I thought you said something else, but I've heard it. It's reality TV though.
I don't like any reality TV. And she's like, just watch it. Just look at the. I don't know. I feel a certain way about marriage, and she wishes I felt
Please
a different way. And and she makes me watch this
tell
show,
me
and
about
I'm
this
like,
show. Please.
I don't.
Please. What was
It's
your
garbage.
highlight?
I was like, this is as terrible as I thought it was going to be. I'm not surprised. Of course, it doesn't work out most of the time. This is nonsense.
Then
This is
I'm
nonsense.
guessing.
I would never be that desperate. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. So you're telling me you've never seen 90 Day Fiance?
No, I heard that. That's famous, isn't it? That's way more popular.
Yeah, that's a way more popular show.
I don't even
love
want to
that
know
show.
about it. It makes me angry.
Oh, that show is literally, I don't call it 90 Day Fiance. I call that the American Dream. Because all
they're
these
only
Americans
married for 90 days or what? Or they only get to know each other for 90 days or what?
No, they're all Americans that marry people outside of America and bring them back. So they have 90 days to marry them and make them become an American citizen. Otherwise, they send them back. It's 90 Day Fiance. I call it the American Dream. If it doesn't work out in the 90 days,
Send it
that
back.
foreigner lost their American dream. They got to go back. Now they
See
can
ya.
no longer get clean water.
That
They
feels
can't
so
live in-
subjective. Like, not subject. Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's
doesn't that feel like so,
terrible.
like, predatory? I guess the word I would use.
But it's funny because it's like it shines a light on like foreigners, like, and see, like, they only use Americans to like come over here. But then I'm like, look at Americans, they're so sad and lonely. They can't find somebody in America. They have to go off and get like the super poor person that they can control. And if like in those 90 days, that person has to submit to them.
That's
For
creepy,
the next
dude.
90
That's like slavery,
days.
Doug. That's like slavery. That's like, it's indentured. That's like serfism. You know, like, what? That's weird. That's like, that's mail order bride. Isn't that what they call that? A mail order bride? Isn't that what they call that? That's weird.
That's the
I don't like it.
institution of marriage.
Yeah, but especially, here's the other thing on the show. Like, they're still doing the whole marriage thing, and it's like, you've made such a mockery of the marriage
What's the
institution
premise
that's
of
like,
the story?
what's gonna prevent me from a divorce? Like, it's like, look how frivolous the marriage was. Who cares? You know, like, it feels so it's so phony. I can't.
So what's the premise of this show? Like 90 Day Fiance.
They
have 90
signed
days
up.
to
There's
marry.
like hundreds of people have submitted profiles, and they filmed videos and interviews, and then they match these people up, and hopefully they'll get like 3 or 4 people per episode to that they've matched, and they're like, we think we've matched you, and you're getting married in a week. And then they plan the wedding, or they don't even plan a wedding because it was hella minimal and sad almost. It was like in a suite in a hotel. Not even. It was a suite, like an office or banquet, little banquet hall in a conference room. It was more like a conference room in a hotel that both their families are at. Because a week later they see each other as they walk down the aisle. And they have to say, they don't have to say, but most of the time they say I do. But this one girl says I do, and she's like, I'm not attracted to him at all. He's not my type. But she said I do still. I'm like, you're making it harder on yourself later. Whatever. It's so stupid. But they match them up with like a psychologist and a sociologist, and people interview them, and then they're like, all right, we found a match for you, and you're getting married. And it's the nonsense that you would assume happens.
Well, because it's a human choosing what another human should do, it should be a robot choosing what a human should do.
Where's the algorithms? I was like, why didn't they get eHarmony to do it? eHarmony should have done it. Get the eHarmony guys. Stupid.
Unless it's freaking Yenta, I don't want any person in the world choosing who I should be with. Dude. Only Yenta.
What is that from Fiddler on the Roof? What is that?
Ah, you were right. Oh.
Yeah.
Yenta, she was the one who married all the people in the
The
village.
matchmaker,
Matchmaker,
make
make me a match.
That's the only
Dream
one.
me a dream,
She's
catch
the
me
only
a
one.
catch. Yeah.
Yeah, this show was
We'll stop
nonsense.
there.
I hated it. It was like pulling teeth. It was really bad. What are you watching, Marcos?
I don't want to tell you.
Oh God, Fox News.
Oh, worse. Fake TV. Other fake TV, I guess.
Oh no,
I
more
don't know.
reality TV shows.
Honestly, I haven't really been watching that much. Actually, I've been doing more watching my partner Alexis. She's been playing the Survivor game. So I've had to like hold the iPad to like record her doing challenges. So watch out for Blimprov Survivor, everybody.
What's that? I don't even know what that is. You'll have
Get
to show
ready
me.
for it. Well, you don't know it yet because we'll do it eventually.
Let's do it.
But
Are you challenging me? Was
event-
that a challenge?
oh, you're invited to the challenge.
Oh.
Anyway,
It's
so I've been really doing that, and Blimprov Survivor, it's just been announced. Everybody, get ready.
Is it real? It's happening.
get ready. It's happening. It's happening. It's already been. It's put in stone.
You
Put it
spoke
right
it
here.
into
Ready?
existence now.
I'm trying to put it into frame 2. Blimprov Survivor.
Done. Marcos, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Arrest Breonna Taylor's Murderers. You can find me on Facebook at Stop Global Warming. You can find me on Craigslist at Please Pick Up This Couch in Front of My House.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find us every Saturday on Twitch, broadcasting from twitch.com TV.tv / defund the police. See you next time. Bye.